Welcome to the Provincetown Art Association Museum. Currently on view, we have Selina Trieff, Master of the Look, a 30-year overview through September 2nd, 2007. Selina Trieff was a student of Hans Hofmann both in Provincetown and New York, also studied with Mark Rothko and Ad Reinhardt. She utilized the techniques that she learned from these masters and created a style of her own, integrating both techniques from the Hofmann school, but utilizing her own method of iconography, which was influenced by Renaissance art, the zodiac, religious icons. Her use of color and composition really stylizes her work into a body that is not replicated anywhere by any artist. She has integrated humor into her work as well as a seriousness that is almost mesmerizing. The use of skeletons, pilgrims, jesters, these are figures that we see repeated within her body of work. Gold leaf is a material that Selina uses very much, and it's a signature style of hers. You'll see the gold leaf that almost acts as a halo over the many figures that she's integrated. She also uses a very bright palette and this whole idea of Hofmann's push-pull, where the feet of the figure are almost larger than the head, giving it this monumental feel when you look especially at the piece of Selina and her husband, Bob Henry, who's also an artist. Selina's earlier works, which begin with the picture of she and her husband, was painted in 1973. And it moves on to look at a picture of she and her two daughters, one who is a practicing artist and one who is a museum administrator, into a more androgynous style, utilizing figures that are representative of people of her past, the skeletons representing people who have been close to her that have passed, in addition to the use of animals. When thinking about doing paintings that reflect the zodiac, she went to a petting zoo and became fascinated with sheep and goats and chickens and roosters, and has compiled a whole series of work that feature these animals in a very whimsical way, yet using highly powerful palettes like pinks and yellows and oranges and reds. Selina Trieff was one of the most remarkable artists of a generation who came of age in the late 1950s in New York. Her dedication to art is exemplary as we look at 30 years of her work. She still continues to paint and draw every day, as well as teaching classes both in Provincetown, Truro, Wellfleet, and New York. The work spans 30 years, ending up with her more stylized figures with the pieces in 2007 that have this halo type appearance and this almost ghostly look to them, yet not in a fearful way. It's really a show that pulls you in, and as you walk around the space and look at the different pieces of work and the way that Selina's style has changed over the last 30 years, it's really been moved into a creative, unique body of work that no other artist exemplifies. So we are really thrilled to have this exhibition at PAAM. Selina has contributed to this organization and to this community since the 1950s, and this show is highly appropriate at this time as Selina is still making new work. We would also like to thank the Hans, Renata, and Maria Hoffman Trust for funding this exhibition for us. They've been very helpful in terms of promoting Hans Hofmann and his students, and we're lucky to have that legacy which is still preserved in Provincetown today.